Yes, my lovely people, welcome back to another match day reaction of the Jamaican Premier League, yeah? Match day 21. I'm here to, just do a little recap of what, happened, what I would say probably about an hour ago, less than an hour, 45 minutes ago. That big game down there at Joseland Waterhouse Mini Stadium. Real good game, Firehouse. Again, man, Firehouse, man, again. Yeah, Firehouse have let them fans again walking away very disappointed from home, man. It's really, But before we really go into the game, still, I just want to say, yeah, it's just feel lovely to see, that Waterhouse is having a home game, a game that's a game that's televised on TV. You know, more like I think it's the first time, yeah, it's the first time this season, Jerusalem have hosted a televised game and the vibes at Waterhouse Mini Stadium, even when you're at the stadium or you're watching it on TV, it's always that neutral vibes that you get, yeah. The fans are right there to the touchline, where you can hear everything that's going on in the stand. The players are getting, a lot of telling from their coaches. So, I love watching games, man. I love watching games, especially being there and side at Waterhouse Mini Stadium, as it's a really, it's not a very big stadium, but when you come on to football in Jerusalem, it's massive. It's massive, man. What those people them love them football from ever since. And you can just see it in the stadium, the people them come out, the people them in them jersey. Yeah. But watching Firehouse at home, so I would love to see this those two vibes masters, the guy that always not the pad cover, yeah, and the other one and called Fireman, the one that always dress up in the fireman suit, in that yellow and blue, but with that helmet on him head and that big flag running up and down on the touchline. Those two fans are so called tired Waterhouse supporters, yet them go anywhere to watch their team. But as I was watching the game, I saw a lot of disappointment, on Waterhouse fans them. Yeah, me myself, very disappointed after the result. Very disappointed after the performance at home, especially a game that's televised and Waterhouse Mini Stadium. I don't like to see the pitch in that condition, man. Waterhouse have always, keep their pitch on a standard where, it's very looking lovely, presentable to all, to the TV, but it's not appealing. So many brown spots on the field. I was like, whoa. I remember when I first saw the field just before, that season kicked off. They played that Women Classical game against Arnett Garden, and it was a lovely green lush pitch. So I don't know what happened, and it's not like Waterhouse have been playing a lot of games at Jerusalem. It's just like recently they don't even play like 7 games there as yet. I think this is their 5th game or their 6th game at Jerusalem. So not many games being played there. So I don't know what's the purpose of the field. Why the field is in that condition. I would love to see the field in a better state. Where players can enjoy playing their football and watching games around the country, like Stadium East, at Sabina Park, at Arnett, at Jacksford. Not many ground itself, have really good pitch, a good standard, But that's a level, I think needs to get improved more in Jamaica. Yeah. Yeah, so the televised game can look very presentable, appealing for the overseas market as well. When someone, probably like, someone see the league for the first time, especially on YouTube, and they look at the pitch, they're like, this seems like it's some 20 years ago, 30 years ago. That alone can show off, someone from not watching the league. So, we need the feeling to look more appealing. But yeah, big results there, over Wembley Center. My team, the Junglies, 1-0. Yeah, 1-0. It's been a while. It's been a while. Yeah, it's been a while waiting for that victory at Wembley Center. And that's where I'm going to start. Yeah, that's where I'm going to start. I'm going to start off, with Arnett Garden and Vere. It's been a while, man. Arnett Garden, fans them waiting for that results, yeah. First time beating Vere at their home ground. since 2016. Yeah, it's first time Arnett Garden gone away to Vere and got a victory. Arnett Garden, have been playing atrocious over the last 3 games. Yeah, not getting any 3 points in the last 3 games. Breaking some records that they haven't done in the last 2 seasons. So go back to a few seasons back when Arnett Garden gone 3 games without a win. Yeah, 2021, Arnett Garden drew against Moulins, lost against Vere, and lost against Cavaliers. So you have to go back to that season 2021 when Arnett Garden, went 3 games, without a win. So it's not a usual thing for Arnett Garden fans, to experience, the team not winning, especially going 3, 4, 5 games. It's not something that we used to. Yeah. So it's a very refreshing, victory for the Junglers. I'm feeling so happy right now that the Junglers finally got a result on the board, and we have a game in hand. Also, we on the Junglers is on 38 points, yeah, with a game in hand, 2 points behind Portmore, who also came back to draw a game against the mighty Montego Bay also, yeah. So seeing that the Junglers got a result, massive game coming up on the midweek, yeah, massive game coming up against Cavalier. Cavalier beat Arnett Garden 3-0 at Sabina Park. Yeah, also that was a rescheduled game, and then we're going to play Cavalier again in a rescheduled game. So I'm just hoping, the Lightning don't strike, twice at the same spot. We got 3-0, but it's going to be a really good game, especially Cavalier is that coming off a back a defeat against Cincinnati in the CONCACAF Champions League 2 games. They got a taste of their own medicine. Yeah, Cavalier got a taste of their own medicine. Their last 2 games in the Jamaican Premier League, they won 4-0 and 2-0, and also their last 2 games against Cincinnati, which they played, they lost 4-0 in Ohio and they lost 2-0 at the National Stadium. So they got a little taste of their own medicine of what they have been doing to teams in the Jamaican Premier League. So I hope Arnett Garden is ready for that, and also Arnett Garden can get their players back. Hopefully, they're not too tired coming from Trinidad, as the Reggae Boys also played today against Trinidad. That game finished 0-0. Arnett Garden have 4 vital players, Cunningham, Fabian Reed, Jamon Shepherd, Kyan Dixon, all 4 players is a starting player for Arnett Garden. So I hope, the players can come in, as fast as possible. Hope no delay. Hope nothing like that. So the players, stay in Trinidad for an extra night. I want the players to be back, man. Hopefully tomorrow they will be back. Yeah. Hopefully tomorrow, probably at the evening, they probably will be back. Yeah. Don't know if they have a flight tonight, but hopefully, Monday the players will return back to Arnett Garden, return back to base, so we can get ready for that game. But hold on. Yeah, that game against Cavalier will be on the 6th. Yeah, that will be on Wednesday. So massive game right there for Arnett Garden. Need to keep in touch with that first. Want to finish first. Yeah, as a Junglist, always want to finish first. That's what we did in the last season. Yeah, Arnett Garden is just 8 points from that first spot, which is Mpleasant. The Arnett Garden have a game in hand, so Arnett Garden can win against Cavalier and break that down to 5 points and go just 2 points from Cavalier. So need that victory. But yeah, as I was saying, big result for the Junglers at Wembley Center. So Arnett Garden, yeah, before this game, Arnett Garden have drawn 2 consecutive games against Mobile and Waterhouse. Yeah, the last time the Junglers have gone 2 consecutive games, by drawing, it was 2019, December 2019, we drew against Vere 1-1 and drew against Waterhouse 1-1. That was 2019 season. That's the last time Arnett Garden have went 2 games, 2 consecutive games drawing. And the last time, Arnett Garden have gone 2 consecutive game without scoring, yeah, it was in 2018 when Arnett Garden drew against Cavalier. That's November the 29th, 2018, and December the 3, 2018 against Mount Pleasant. So glad to see that the Junglers, at least score a goal, at least get something really positive, 3+ points on the board. So I don't I think going back to the time when Arnett Garden was struggling, I think that was some very frustrated time. Arnett Garden have gone through some games, not scoring, but I'm going to move on. I'm going to move on from to Vere. Vere is on a run. Vere obviously they beat struggling Lime all, last match day at Wembley Centre. 6-2. Kemar Bushy Beckford scored a hat-trick. A man that who scored 3 goals in his days at Arnett Garden at Waterhouse. So glad to see that we got a shutout, especially against Kemar Bushy Beckford, a player that always scored at Arnett when he's at Waterhouse. He didn't got any goals on Arnett Garden when he was at Mount Pleasant. So but Vere, they have conceded more goals than all they scored this season. They have conceded 29 goals. The goal that they conceded today against Arnett Garden, added to it was 28, no, it's 29, and they scored 24. So that is a -5. That's a -5 right there for Vere. But Linval Dixon have some issues to sort out for the Clarendon based team. But I'm going to move on. Talking about Clarendon, Portmore, the next door parish, St. Catherine, came back from 1-0 down not to beat, but to get a point at home, to keep that home record clean. When I mean clean, they haven't get any defeat as yet at Ferdinand Park, as Montego Bay first scored and they came back to equalize the game. But Portmore is a team, that's very, very strong defensively, So and just to see that Mobile travel away from Westport, coming from Montego Bay and to get something on the board before Portmore, not many teams have done that. Not many teams have done that. Portmore is a team that normally getting the first goal and on the score sheet. I think it was the last time they played at home and conceded first. It was that game against Dunbar in that Portmore derby when they actually came back and draw that game, equalize that, I think it was a Stephen Young. I think it was a Stevie Young, goal that clawed them way back to get a point against the bitter rivals Dunbar. But as you know, Portmore's have around 3 players missing. I know Emilio Russell, Stevie Young, and Alex Marshall, on international duty. So, they managed to still to get something after missing some very key players. Alex Marshall is very vital to what Portmore do in the midfield, especially Steve Young. I think he have like 3 or 4 goals already in the Premier League. A man that got eye for goal. This season, he's on international duties. Emilio Russell is a man that very vital with the width of how Portmore team played going down that left-hand channel. Very impressive this season. Also got a couple goals in the Premier League. So, Mobie, good luck. Another point again after go 1-0 down back-to-back games. They did it at Jacksal. Daniel Green scored right after, and they just not managed to like keep the top 6 teams away, especially when they scored first. So I think Mobie, I'm looking at Montego Bay. Looking at Mobie right now, Mobie is 28 points. 28 points, just 2 points away from that 6th position where Waterhouse is at. They close the gap, as Waterhouse lost that game, 1-0. So it was 3 points. Now they close the gap. But Dunbar Olin is playing tomorrow. Dunbar Olin will play Arborview tomorrow. But I'm going to take a look at Montego Bay fixtures because Mobie next game will be Treasure Beach at home. And, at home, Montego Bay have a record that, they don't lose against team that's below them at home this season. So they will look to get full 3 points in that game coming up, especially, looking at Waterhouse. Waterhouse next fixture, they will play away. They will play away at Ferdinand Park, more likely again they're going to drop points, as you know, Portmore record, they don't lose at home this season at Ferdinand Park. So the result will continue there for them. So it's up to, you know, to Mobile to get full 3 points against Treasure Beach. And, you know, let's see who Dumbo Holden will play after Harborview. You know, Dumbo Holden play tomorrow, and Dumbo Holden will play against Tivoli after Harborview. So going in that game against Tivoli, I will feel like the Mobile out of the three teams have a better chance of getting 3 points, because Mobile, they beat Treasure Beach at States 2-1 earlier in the season. Yeah. Tivoli, they don't lose the team in the top six. They only lost not once, they lost 2 times, you know, against teams in the top six. And the only time they lost twice, it was against the same team, Mpleasant. So not seeing Tivoli go in that game and lose against Waterhouse, a team that's not really playing even consistently, you know. So next up, that fixtures match day 22, it's going to be pretty vital. Yeah, Mobile can find themselves in the top six for the first time coming in match day 22, because if Portmore, you know, beat Waterhouse, is it Waterhouse? I think yeah, if Portmore beat Waterhouse at Ferdinand Park and Dumbo Holden, you know, lose to Tivoli in that match day 22, Mobile have the better game to get 3 points and put themselves in the top six for the first time. So not bad results, you know, for Mobile after, you know, getting that point at Jackson last match day 20, and now get a point at Ferdinand Park on the road in Portmore, a place that not many teams go and get points. You know, we saw Arnett Garden go there and fall. You know, we saw Mpleasant after crawling away from 1-0 down to get a point. You know, not many people go there and get positive results that they want. So let's see, you know, in match day 22 in the Jamaican Premier League. But next up, you know, I'm moving on from Portmore, you know, that game against Mobile, that game drew 1-1. Yeah. Going to moving on to that big game, you know, Tivoli. 5 piece of chicken, yeah, on the board. 5-0 against Treasure Beach, man. You know, that's a big one right there. You know, that's a big one right there. But before I move on to Tivoli and Treasure Beach, yeah, Portmore was one of the teams that, you know, equal Montego Bay record. I've gone 13 games consecutive on the bounce, scoring in all those games. Yeah, Mobile have done it. You know, I know Mobile have lost during that time, but Portmore haven't lost. You know, so Portmore and Montego Bay have that record. You know, Portmore just equal 13. You know, Portmore, the game that Portmore played against ended their streak. The game that they drew against Tivoli, yeah, the game that they drew against Tivoli ended their streak. So it's starting from that game, you know, started from Treasure Beach, yeah, the time when that they won 3-0 at Ferdinand Park. 3-1 from there. That is match day 3. From match day 3 up to match day 19, yeah, up from match day 3 to match day 19, you know, Portmore have gone and scored in all games that they played. Yeah, they only lost 1 game in that running, and that was against Montego Bay at Westport Park. So let's see. No. That game, what I was telling you, where that 13 games start, it started from the game, you know, that they lost against Montego Bay, because before that they drew against Tivoli. Yeah, so it started from match day 8. Yeah, go all the way up to the game that they drew against Tivoli. That's where it ended. 13 game, you know, on the bounce and scoring all games. But Tivoli and Tivoli and Treasure Beach, I wasn't expecting that result. You know, big man thing. I wasn't really expecting that result. You know, Tivoli have been have been struggling for goals, you know, lately, especially that game that they lost at Jackson, you know, not a very impressive game, you know. the game they drew against Portmore, the last 1-0 at Jackson. So the last 2 games they haven't scored. So I wasn't really expecting to see Tivoli, even though Tivoli is the highest scoring team in the league. They have 38. That is 38 goals, and the second behind them, I think it's 33. I don't remember who, but it is 33. So you have five more goals than the team that, let me tell you who is the team that had 33 goals. It's Portmore. Yeah, Portmore have scored 33 goals this season. Tivoli have scored 38. So you could see that Tivoli is the highest scoring team in the league. But after the last 2 games, performance not looking really good, I was saying maybe this game going to finish, they walk away from States with a 2-0, a 3-0, even though I know from all season long they have been scoring, but not so impressive, But Tivoli is right up there on 41 points, 5 points off the leader. New leaders, Mpleasant, who going to sit in first position until Cavalier played Mpleasant tomorrow. In the next 24 hours, let's see if Mpleasant can keep that number 1 spot. If Mpleasant can get something out of that game, which I don't think so. I really don't think so, man. I don't think so, because when you look at the Lions been playing, the Lions have lost their last 5 games. They lost 5-1 last out to Waterhouse. They have conceded a lot of goals. Last 4-2 against Harborview. Last 3-2 against Mullines. The game that they lost with ineligible player. Against Moby, they lost that 3 points plus. They gave Moby 3 goals. So whole lot of goals there. But next up, the game that televised, Limal versus Mullines, Limal versus Mullines. I was very, very disappointed in that first half, especially Mullines coming up against a team that's a relegation-bound team. Like, how can you put in a performance like that in the first half, especially, when you're trying to make sure things are okay, with you and Treasure Beach, because, Treasure Beach is just 5 points behind. Is it 5? 6. They're just 6 points, behind Umberland, which it was just a few points. If before Mullines got this victory, it was just 5 points. Mullines was on 17 and Treasure Beach was on 12. So if Treasure Beach would have get something positive or get a full 3 points in that game against Tivoli, it would have clawed back, Mullines, if Lyman would have get something from that game. But Mullines came away, But knowing that, for the last 3 games plus this one make it 4, Mullines have been scoring. They have scored 2 goals in their last 4 games. 3-3, 2-2 draw. No, 2-2 draw and 1 defeat, which is a 4-2 against Dumbo Olin, and now they won 2-1 against Lima, So I'm very controversial call, that penalty that Nelson, Jeremy Nelson, he missed that penalty. I to be honest with you, I don't think that was a penalty. I don't think it was a penalty. I think justice served. I think justice served and he missed the penalty. But the second one, that was a handball. That was a handball. And, just to see that, the man that missed the penalty stepped up again. That's so confident he is. And he snatched that one. And again, Lyman have conceded, after the 75th minute of gameplay. Again, the last, 15 minutes of play. They just love to concede goals, and that's when Mullines scored the equalizer, around that 75th, 76th minute of the game. So see that, Lyman have been conceded a lot of goals, but moving on to Mpleasant, the game that just finished, Mpleasant versus Waterhouse. Big winners in match day 20. Waterhouse at Effortville Community Center beating Mpleasant 5, then trying to get a victory. I don't know when this monkey going to come off their back. Every time they win, they just seems like they fold again in the next game. They go up against a top 6 team and they just cannot get a positive result, cannot do something. Waterhouse playing at home, TV game, that should give you more. Even though they missed 2 players for international duty, Mpleasant themselves missed around 6, 7 players. Yeah, missed around so much players and still can put a quality start in the lineup out there and still can take some quality players off the bench. So them themselves, didn't do any justice to themselves. They got what they needed. Walk away from Juice, and you saw the assistant coach. He spoke about it that Joseland is a very tough place to go, especially whenever Waterhouse needed points, because Waterhouse is just unfortunately lucky to still in 6th position. Their farm is not good. Their farm isn't a top 6 farm. Yeah. And just sooner or later, they're going to lose that spot. Sooner or later, as I said, going away next, at further into par, it's not going to get any easier. Another top 6 team. They just fail against top 6 teams this season. Yeah. So, maybe this is their last, maybe this is their last match day to stay in that top 6. Dumbo Olim, Dumbo Olim can do something, and Dumbo Olim find themselves with a point tomorrow against Arborview. They will be in that top 6. And remember, last season, Dumbo Olim, that's their spot. They finished on 41 points. Yeah, 1 point above Portmore, their rival, to snatch that playoff spot away from Portmore. Portmore finished on 40 points. Dumbo Olim finished on 41. So Dumbo Olim used to this position. They used to be, clinging on to a top 6, as for the last couple of seasons. They have been going to the playoffs. Yeah. So this is something that Lenny Hyde will want to do going forward. But it won't be easy. It won't be easy because Moby have some favorable game coming up. Treasure Beach and that big game. That game in match day 23, Dumbo Olim versus Antigua Bay. More likely that game might play at Dumbo Olim Sports Complex. That will be a hell of a game, yeah, between the pairs. And then Moby play Mullines, Arborview, and round out them game at home versus Tifley. Yeah, so big games coming up here. The JPL top 6 race is getting sticky. It's getting really, really sticky. But talking about Firehouse at home, man. At home, Firehouse have been struggling. Yeah, Firehouse have been struggling because Firehouse have, they drew against Arnett Garden, at Joseland. Then, they lost against Mpleasant, and then, before that they lost against Cavalier. So, the last couple of games at home, drew 0-0, last 1-0. So they scoreless in their last 3 games at home. So I don't know what's up with Waterhouse at Joseland this season. I don't know what's up with them, man. Not good. Not good this season. That's not good when you really look at it. So Tivoli went. So look at this. Mullines got a point. Mullines scored first in that game. Waterhouse came back. Yeah. Waterhouse next home game against Tivoli, they lost 1-0. Waterhouse beat Lyman 1-0 at Joseland. So 1 goal scored so far. Waterhouse versus Cavalier at Joseland. Waterhouse not scoring. Yeah. Cavalier beat them 1-0. Waterhouse versus Arnett Garden, that game ended 0-0. Luckily, they got a point because Arnett Garden scored a goal, which they called back. Yeah. And again, Waterhouse versus Mpleasant, they lost 1-0. So they picked up just 4 points. Just 4 points in those games and lost 3. So it's not good. It's really not good. It's really not good for Waterhouse, yeah? But as you know, people, this is just a quick reaction of match day 21, what happened Sunday. So check out the rest of games, coming up tomorrow. I won't do a live tomorrow. No. Will be too late. I don't know. No, I don't know. Depends on what time I come after it, but more likely I will leave it for Tuesday. Yeah, I will leave it for Tuesday. Yes, Tuesday is the next match day reaction. Yeah, Tuesday I will go and review the whole of match day 21 of the Jamaican Premier League. Yeah, but I'm off right now. My next stop is at Daniel Football Show. Where I'm going to talk about the big games around the world that controversially that happened. Yesterday in the Mestalla, Real Madrid versus Valencia. Yeah, going to talk about the Italian Serie A. Napoli did Inter a big favor at this Diego Armando Maradona Stadium in Naples, beating the old ladies 2-1. Yeah, Inter have a big chance of go 15 points in the Italian Serie A. Tomorrow against Genoa, a team that they have scored 7 goals and in their last 2 games at the Giuseppe San Siro. So catch me over there and Daniel Football Show, man. Talk about the extra time. Yeah. Also talk about the German Bundesliga. Yeah. Bayern Leverkusen is on the verge of snatching that Bundesliga title away from Thomas Tuchel plus Harry Kane equal Eric Dyer. Yeah. Remember, those 2 players never lifted a trophy in their life, leaving Tottenham, the team that who's not winning any trophy in recent years. So Harry Kane and Eric Dyer bringing the bad luck to Bayern Munich. But, I don't want to use this platform to say anything about European football. This is solely about Jamaican Premier League. So catch me around 7:15 over by Daniel Football Show, yeah, DFS. We're going to go live on this platform and talk about the rest of the leagues around the world. So people, bless up, Thanks for watching, man. Yeah, catch me again Tuesday on the JPL match, the reaction. See you. Bless up.